Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 1191 of FloWrestling Radio, live from Austin, Texas, and presented by Nike Wrestling. Big show. So much to get to. It's our 2025 end of the year awards show. It was fun just putting this doc together and going a little trip down memory lane. It was a great 2025. But before we get into the awards, we're going to do, we got some Jax Forrest stuff, some Powerade, Midlands, Scuffle to get into. I'm so excited about the show. I haven't introduced a soul. I'm Christian Piles. To my right, Mr. Party Planner himself, Andrew Spencer Spay, getting ready for the blowout of the year.
It's going to be fun.
It's not even on Friday. To the left, John Kozak, America's side piece. Only a single bicep because he's holding his laptop.
And they got me a mic stand.
He's got a mic stand
Just invented yesterday.
They just figured out that these exist.
Brag much.
No, we're just making fun of Greg. We love Greg. And then Mr. Quarter Zip, he didn't listen. Look at JD. He was not zipped all the way to the roof earlier. 5 minutes ago, it was down.
Chilly.
It was mid zip, and now he's top of the roof with the zipper.
I had to protect my neck.
You do have to do that.
It's chilly in here in Omaha, Nebraska.
I would assume so. Okay. We cannot just pretend that this is just an award show because wrestling is happening. It happened yesterday. It's happening this weekend. So JD, where do we want to go before we get to our awards?
Let's talk a little Jax.
Mm.
Everybody thinks he's going to tech his way through Powerade and then have this interview about what he's going to do. It didn't quite go that way. He was pushed in the final. What was the final score?
2013.
Like 20-13? Yeah. It's just concerning.
No, not concerning. It's only concerning if you're looking at it through the lens of he's definitely wrestling this year in NCAA competition at the national tournament. It's like, oh, he's not quite wrestling his best. But Jax has been a guy who can look a little, he can let guys in and whatever, figure it out and win. It just wasn't his best match here. And I part of me wonders, like, with the whole Jax is known for a while he's going to go to Oklahoma State and that this was going to be it for his high school career. And, he was going to go there in January. That's been the plan for a while now. Now, what he does when he gets there is a separate thing we'll talk about. But it's hard to, when you're already on to the next thing, is it hard to stay, like, in the moment, hey, I got to win here, Power? Is it harder, no matter how great you are and how tough Powerade is part of it just like it's hard to get up for Powerade when you wrestled at the World Championships, when you won U23s, when you're going to Oklahoma State in a week. Maybe it's a little bit of that. And I'm not taking anything away from Carson Brown, who really did wrestle well and did something that not a lot of people thought he could do, 3 takedowns on Jax and a reversal. So not taking anything away, but I don't know if it's focus or looking ahead or not as excited or just didn't wrestle his best. But that was obviously not the best Jax Forrest, but also, he's way better than he showed, and I think we all know that.
Yeah, I think without speculating or trying to name something that may have been the cause of a less than stellar performance, you can just say he's a teenager and he's got a lot on his plate right now. And yeah, he's going through like a huge change, like going to a different phase in his life. A world championship is huge, but he's still in that routine of being in high school, living at home, having the same, daily stuff that comes up. And now it's like all that is changing. Oh, and by the way, you got to go wrestle Powerade, where everybody's going to be gunning for you and trying to get up and wrestle their best. So I agree. There's 0% reason to worry.
Also, like, if you watch this match back, it was like 30 seconds lapse from Jax, where he got taken down and then he kind of went nuts for a little bit, and that kind of is who Jax is. He's not this Marcus Blaze positional wrestler. He's gonna create kind of crazy flurries. He's gonna give up takedowns, kind of similar to like Jason Nolf, where he's gonna get taken down, but he's gonna score 20 points. Yeah, and so, I mean, this match was never in question for me, watching it.
No, I suppose he did he was nearly put on his back, which that was sort of one dicey, but he didn't give up any swipes. But
it was like within 30 seconds of the first takedown, and
Yeah.
then kind of went nuts for the second one, and then, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not worried about it.
Not overly worried, but I think more importantly is what he talked about in the interview afterwards, that the plan for him at Oklahoma State and what he's going to do. And he only gave 2 options in the post-match interview. He said gray shirt or red shirt.
Yeah.
He did not say wrestle this season. Now, they may be telling him, don't say you're going to, but it's very obvious that decision's not been made and won't be made for a little bit yet. And obviously, that would be like the biggest story in wrestling in a long time, to have a kid go from high school to wrestling next year. But it's good that we have it out there that's going to happen. And I think, it's more likely he fully enrolls in gray shirts, but which means red shirt or wrestling.
What would be the benefit of redshirting?
You're going next year, and you're going next year, so you get a little ramp up. You get to wrestle in a couple big duels. You can help Oklahoma State win some important dual meets. They're still in their second semester. Have Iowa State. They have Virginia Tech. They have Iowa. Okay,
Yeah.
so you get to wrestle in some incredibly meaningful dual meets against really good competition. He'd wrestle Frost. He'd wrestle Drake, and all those guys. If that's how they want to do it, right? If they want
getting those dual meets, I think, would be the biggest difference. At least, what's the difference between a gray shirt and a red shirt? If he's a gray shirt, he can still go open. There's the Cyclone Open, there's Edinburgh Open, there's another Lock Haven Open. So we go out there and get competition, and I'm sure there's plenty of others I'm forgetting. But he wouldn't have that experience of wrestling in Gallagher-Iba and being able to keep that red shirt.
Right. So I think that's maybe why you would redshirt him this year. And, you redshirt him if he comes in there and he enrolls, and you're like, I think come in here and train for a couple months, and then you'll be ready.
It's kind of what you've been saying, too, like the benefit of a full ramp up into a college season. Sometimes you take that for granted with how good these guys are. Like, oh, well, they can just go right away. And then it's like, well, maybe they – I guess you're gonna find out if he wrestles his 5 dates. Like, maybe he can't go right away, and it's not worth burning a year. You need that ramp up into a college season.
Jax looked like a guy who trained exclusively freestyle from late March until October, right? And he thinks he's better at folk style than freestyle. I think that's probably true.
He did say many times that he much prefers folk style.
Yes.
In that interview, multiple times.
He did say that, but I still think the training situation matters. He's in a great one, probably the best one you can have in high school at Bishop McCourt. But still, it's just a different level of training and intensity. And I think
you'll see how he
matters.
goes in those actual college practices. You'll see how he goes where he has to wrestle other veterans, older guys that have been in that room for a while.
So the soonest you could see him is Oklahoma, January 11th. That's in Stillwater, the Bedlam duel. That could be, that would be pretty huge if they make that announcement, within the next week. Jax Forrest is going to make his debut as a Cowboy. That'd be
in Bedlam. They're counting down.
nuts.
They're doing social media. They're hyping up Bedlam in Stillwater already.
Right. So then after that, it's Missouri, January 23rd. So almost 2 weeks later, and then Utah Valley, 25th, Northern Iowa, and then in February it's Iowa State February 1st, Virginia Tech February 15th, Iowa February 22nd.
Yeah,
that'd be a pretty good run.
The thing is, though, I talked about why redshirt, and you can wrestle these big dual meets. On the other hand, if you're going to ultimately redshirt Jax, then using him in all those big dual meets, you're not giving the guy you're going to ultimately use those opportunities for, just for qualification purposes and things like that. So it feels like you need to make a decision sooner rather than later. Because if you got to get Ronnie into the tournament or Figs or whoever they end up going with at 33 that wouldn't be Jax, then that's a different sort of, equation that you have to factor for. So I think, eye on for me, if you're I think you should pay close attention to Bedlam.
And then Figs is going to Scuffle, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's registered. So registration, just published that. It's on the site, www.flowwrestling.org. A lot of interesting guys registered. A lot of more top 10 than we've seen in a while. Definitely a step up from last year's Scuffle. Richie Figs is in there. Some other backups from Oklahoma State. Some interesting guys from Penn State. Josh Barr. I mean, we could talk about more of it later. But not everybody is going to make it. There'll be scratches and stuff. So I already heard there's one top 10 guy that's not going that's listed. But, yes, Figs is registered.
Okay. Other Jax thoughts, JD?
Oh, that dude wrestling this year. He's going. Come on. You telling me he's down there? He's going to wrestle in a couple duels and not knock it out there at NCAs? I think he's wrestling.
Yeah, well.
Going to get the itch.
He might. That's a fair prediction. It's just nothing that...
I don't think it's right. Because the exact words he said before talking about gray shirting and red shirting, we're testing the waters. He's going to go down there and test the waters.
Yeah.
Before deciding. But I think
it's
they're going to be tested.
If he wrestles against Oklahoma... He
ain't gonna learn nothing.
No. What is it? He stunts on a guy at Bedlam like that. They don't. Oklahoma's got some tough guys. 33 is not one of their higher ranked guys. He's outside the top 50, I think, on WrestleStat.
That's why I would be surprised if they go in Oklahoma for all those reasons. I mean, you're making a decision right then that he's at the very least redshirting.
Yes.
You lose the opportunity to gray shirt, defer eligibility or whatever, and it's where you're not going to learn something and also where you have guys that will most likely win anyway.
Here's the chess. Okay. What do you think is going to happen if Jax Forrest is quote redshirting by the time Bedlam comes out, and he wrestles Bedlam at Gallagher-Iba Arena?
Historic.
And wins, and the crowd is nuts. What do you think Jax is going to want to do after that?
That's what I'm saying. David's got it planned out. He's like, I want Jax to wrestle this year because that's my best team. Here's what I'm going to do. Hey, we're just going to test the waters out here. Let me know what you think.
See if you're ready for Oklahoma. Yeah. Once you beat Oklahoma, then we're going to be pretty sure you're ready.
And fans have been showing out this year for
huge
Oklahoma
turnouts.
State. So everybody's back on campus. It's Bedlam. The football team was trash this year, right? It was like one of the worst
They
ever.
fired Gundy.
Will this be the best environment that Jax Forrest has ever wrestled in?
The Johnstown, who's number one, was insane.
Cool.
But that wasn't like your team. That was like, this is you're wearing a singlet with the team. Everybody's wearing the gear.
Hometown, quote unquote.
Yeah, it was.
It was definitely awesome. I'm not trying to take anything away from that environment. I'm saying, like, it's different when you run out and they're playing the beautiful people.
Bro, the walkout is insane.
There's going to be probably like a pep band. You got cheerleaders. You got
the banana people.
Team, you got the banana people. You got the cowgirl
And
sport
Jax, he's kind of been following the team, in person, right? He's been at duels this year already, so he's seen it. Like, he's seen it from that angle, and like he's probably already itching to be the guy, on the mat. So, yeah,
absolutely.
I'm with you, JD.
Hype would be off the charts. Yeah,
here's what I want to know.
Interesting move.
Stilly boys, they're always posting on social media. They hype stuff up. Are they gonna hype up? Are they gonna tease Jax coming out, or is it just gonna be silent, silent, silent? 133, boom, Funky Town comes on, Jax runs out.
Oh my gosh, I gotta be there for Funky Town.
If they play his music, how many people in Gallagher-Iba are gonna know that? And then when he runs out, what an atmosphere! All right, make it so.
Man, I think if you got the Jax Forrest card, you play it in advance. You don't. I don't know. And maybe somebody smarter than me feels like it would be a better surprise.
It's marketing 101, John. Come on.
Yeah, but
they will certainly have a media plan around this that will be cool. They'll have some sick content. Our boy cameraman Dan, you're not gonna catch him sleeping. Okay. Well,
that was
it's
Jax
gonna be
talk.
fun to monitor.
Yes, it will be. One of the better sagas. A sneaky late saga for us in a year full of sagas. Let's talk Midlands. Semis and finals went down yesterday after we got done with our show. And didn't think Seidel could impress more than he already did, but he kind of did, pinning Ortega in the finals in a tilt. Dude, Ortega was so done with bottom. He clearly is not there yet. Like, he was just lying on bottom like, I really got to do this.
Didn't someone say he was like folk style ready yesterday on this show?
I think he would still do very well.
Yeah,
I think
watched
he
his
will.
matches
Seidel's
before.
really good.
Okay.
Dude, Aaron Seidel did this to Dylan
But you said he
Shawver.
was top 10. You said he was top 10. I don't know. Shawver
He
didn't
took second at Midlands.
Do I have to respond to that?
Okay, well, who else was in the field at 33?
That's what I'm saying.
Dylan
Yeah,
Shawver,
exactly.
an All-American.
Okay, well, he didn't wrestle Shawver.
And Seidel did the same thing to Shawver that he did to Ranieri. So you're saying
Who do you think
Shawver's
wins the
not
match right now,
top
Christian?
10 ready?
Shawver or Ortega?
I don't know.
That's what. Okay.
I like to point out that
I mean,
the man's
Shawver's
name
not
is
top 10.
Ranieri, not Ortega.
He's 14th.
Oh, all right. Do I have to
Do
put
we
the
need to
number
look?
chart
Do
in
we
the
need to look at the
classroom?
difference between number 9 and
here's
number
number 10.
14 at 133?
Who's
Okay,
number 10?
Here's
Braxton
here's
Brown.
number 10. Braxton Brown.
Braxton Brown's messing them up.
No.
Pick
Braxton
somebody
Brown
not
lost to
from
Dylan
Maryland.
Campbell this year.
I mean, it's definitely
Ethan
possible
Bergen's
that
number 11.
He's from Texas.
went
Ethan Bergen.
Ranieri got the first takedown against Seidel, and then I forget how. I think he just started on top, and then it was 4-3 because of the tilt points when he gave up the tilt. Now, giving up a pin when you're getting tilted by a freshman and you're a U23 two-time gold medalist probably shows a lack of effort more than it shows lack of wrestling ability.
That's not a good sign either.
I agree, but I'm saying I agree that he was over it in the finals, but he still showed that he had top and bottom proficiency in other matches. He was just, all right, you're going to put me in this tight tilt.
I mean, if this guy was tapped out by Midlands finals, what do you think an NCAA tournament's going to do? He has not experienced. Listen, guy's great, world class, but the rigor and John Smith says it's the toughest tournament in the world, the NCAA wrestling tournament. The idea that he's going to be able to come in and just get up 5-6 times, I
didn't predict him to win NCAAs. I just
No,
said
no,
he
no.
looked good at top
Just
bottom.
Get to the podium, get to the round of 12. I think it's such a gauntlet. I don't know. We'll see. I hope he wins his lawsuit. I hope he wrestles somehow, and maybe Evan Frost is displaced. Is that what we want? I don't know, but yeah, be interesting to see.
Nobody said that.
Well, I don't know.
You're saying things that nobody said.
Well,
Yeah.
top 10's round of 12.
I think he could make the round of 12.
Okay.
Evan Frost is better than Ranieri. I never said that Ranieri was better than Evan Frost.
It's also true that you could earn a ranking and then just not be an NC tournament type of wrestler, but you still earn that ranking.
Yeah. Well, that's the lens I'm looking at it through. Like, all right, is this actually going to work? Yeah, getting up for one match is one thing, but actually having to put a tournament together is insanely difficult.
Yeah. I don't think anybody ever said anything to the contrary.
Well, I don't know. Y'all already got a little too high on that one.
You think he can make
okay,
125?
so who's beating him?
Zan Fugit,
Zan Fugit is. Okay. Zan Fugit,
Dylan
who just
Campbell.
lost to Geronimo Rivera.
Dylan Campbell. Yeah, Geronimo Rivera beat him too.
Dylan Campbell, who also lost to Tyler Ferrara. The group of 9 through the 33 is incredibly inconsistent at 133 pounds. So
There's
for
no
you
way
to-
Ranieri can't beat any of
Jax
those guys.
Forrest. He's
on
not
a
beating
good
Jax,
day.
unranked Jax Forrest.
Okay. I'm saying-
Unranked. He's not beating unranked
I'm
Aaron
saying
Seidel.
you need to look at the field before you make statements about who's in the top.
Put it
10
this way.
and
All
who's
right.
not.
Forget anything else I said. Ortega would not make the round of 12 in NCAA wrestling tournament. That's
I
my
think he could.
my new statement. Okay.
I think he could. I think he probably wouldn't.
There we go.
I
You
wouldn't
know
be
it deep
surprised if
down.
he made the quarters.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my question is, could he cut down to 125? Maybe not for
I
an
don't know.
entire season, but for a postseason.
Yeah. I don't know.
They didn't
I'm
keep
in,
Frost at 33.
I'm intrigued. Don't
If
get me wrong.
there was
He's a
no-
57 kg guy.
Maybe he was motivated by different stuff. Maybe at the Midlands he was just whatever. But if you say like, hey man, there's life-changing wealth, or there's money, there's an incentive to make the top 8, and he would make it his business as a grown man to go out there and make the top 8.
I mean, he's 27.
That's
Anyway.
grown man age.
I know. Anyways, we shouldn't be talking this much about him anyway. Story here is Aaron Seidel. I think there's a strong possibility that he wrestles this year, which is funny. Not funny. it's interesting how it's played out, because coming into the year, I think in the preseason, it's like it's going to be Seidel eventually. And then Campbell comes out and is super good. He wins the Southeast Open. Great showing at Vegas. It's like, oh, wait. Well, maybe they should just roll with him and then use Seidel next year. And then Seidel rolls up to Midlands and torches everyone. It's like, oh, wait, hold on.
He's definitely the OW of Midlands.
Yeah. So I think there's a strong possibility we see Seidel this year for the Hokies.
Campbell's going to Scuffle, or he's
Yes.
at least registered.
He's registered. So, like, everybody from Virginia Tech that was at Midlands is not going to Scuffle, but everybody that didn't go to Midlands is at least registered for Scuffle, it looks like.
Okay.
Seidel Forrest, run it back, this time at NCAs.
Seriously. That could happen.
Possibly you.
I think Brock said, like, this is, like, the greatest Pennsylvania State final. And,
Brock-
and I think he got maybe a little heat for it. But I kind of agreed with him. I think he's right.
I think because Brock kind of threw it out there hoping to, like, trip people up, being like, what is the best PIAA final ever, including this year? And then people didn't mention that, and then he tried to, then he brought up, like, no, if you think it's anything but this one, you're wrong.
Listen, I'm not going to argue with Brock about anything having to
PIAA.
do with
Yeah.
PIAA wrestling.
Absolutely.
That's a smart strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic.
Hey, Virginia
Hey,
Tech
prob-
149. Who's going to be the guy now? Is he Guy? Because Ethan Miller lost to Joffrey in the semis and then defaulted out.
I don't know, man.
Technically, medical
Maybe this was a test run at 49 and he goes back up to 57. I don't know. Guys, if you're calling Guy, how are you not like, no, I'm wrestling this year. Let me go. I'm the best guy.
Let me go.
Terry on the fence situation. But Tom might say, I ain't letting you go. But Bo and Caleb are coming back next year. You're a 149 pounder. You may want to wrestle.
Yeah, if I'm Guy, I'm saying I'm actually the guy.
I'm the guy now. So I don't know. I'll try to find out what the plan is now, because it certainly changes things.
They had didn't they have 4 guys in that bracket? Is Ryan Burton? Oh no, is he at 57?
No, he's bigger. He's like 65.
Yeah, he lost to Ethan Burton in the semis.
Burton versus Burden.
Burden. Oh, they had Ninninger.
Ninninger, yeah.
9-inch nails, sure.
All right. Let's
Hey,
pick
we
it
got
up,
Scuffle
Midlands.
entries.
We gotta go.
We should shout out those quickly. What
Shout out
stood
to
you
Rutgers
in
for
those
winning by
Scuffle
half a
entries?
point, by the way.
Who got second?
Pittsburgh? Maybe Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Pittsburgh got second. Bucknell third.
All right, that was it.
Scuffle entries.
Let's talk Scuffle briefly. All
Scuffle
weights
up
are
and deal.
actually pretty deep. It's maybe lacking some of the high-end talent, but most of these weights have at least 5, 6, 7 ranked wrestlers in them.
Yeah, I think 33 was the one that looked the most impressive, although 41 was also big. And then Josh Barr entering 97 immediately makes it legit. Plus Stephen Little from Little Rock.
I'll be kind of shocked if he wrestles.
Who's Stephen Little?
They held him out at Journeyman Collegiate Duels.
Little?
Yeah, I'd be surprised to see
Yeah.
him come back for a tournament like this.
They,
Greg,
they
is it possible to make the monitor the thing so I can read it? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, these, again, I mentioned the caveat that, you know, there will be scratches. I think Ryan Jack was entered at one point, and then he's not going to go for NC State, but some other ranked NC State guys will be there.
I think the most important thing is the return of Aaron Nagao.
And Nagao for Penn State, yeah, 41. He's registered as of now. He's the only other starter besides Barr that was registered.
Yeah, so he could see Composto,
Cornella, Crook. It's a good test to see where
he's at.
Nagao is at, because I think if you're a Penn State fan and you look at this field with Composto as the top-ranked guy, and Ryan Jack's not going to be there, but you expect Nagao to win. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to be an All-American contender, you gotta show that you can win a tournament like this.
Yeah, for sure. And
If they seeded on those ranks, that's and Jack's not there. Cornell is a real tough semi too.
Yeah. Yep.
I need to know, is Josh Barr still rocking an undershirt? That's
New
what
look.
I'm on watch for.
He looks like one of my Buffalo Gap wrestlers who had a skin issue, and we tried to keep it undetected.
You got a little extra fabric there on your singlet. Oh, no big deal. I don't know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
you're allowed to wear an Under Armour shirt under your singlet, and that's just what he chose to do that one tournament once ever, and it was fine, and no one was harmed, and a little ringworm never hurt nobody, but it could have ended a dream, and I wasn't gonna let that happen. So there you go.
Yeah,
Scuffle and Salute going down January 3rd and 4th. So we'll be watching that. We'll talk about those on Monday when they go down. Be on the lookout for Soldier Salute entries. I think they should be coming out
Thursday.
the next
So
day or two.
Coach Brands did a media availability about Soldier Salute, but he wouldn't say anyone that was wrestling there, so I don't know what the point was. But he said entries are due Thursday, and that's when we're making those decisions. So
Thursday.
cool.
Me and Connor Petros will be Scuffleonians this year.
All right, have fun in the Noog. Has Connor ever gone?
To the Noog?
It's a great place.
Me and Kozak went last year.
I love Chattanooga.
Yeah, I don't think he was there.
All right, we show him a good time. Not too good.
We'll
Not,
be-
No
not as
David
good a
Bray
time as we're going to have
behavior.
tonight. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I'll tell him not to lock himself out of his hotel room while naked.
That's why you and Connor are going. Bray's still not allowed back.
Yeah, next year is the first year he's
Permaban.
allowed back.
All right, let's get to it. Our 2025 FRL End of the Year awards. We got a bunch of awards we're gonna get to. It was fun putting this together, like Christian said, to kind of look back on truly what an amazing year in wrestling it's been. We are gonna start off with the match of the year.
Ooh.
So we got a couple nominees in here that we can talk about before we announce the winner. Jesse Mendez versus Brock Hardy, NCAA Finals.
That was a great
MJ
match.
Gaitan versus Patrick Kennedy at the Cyhawk in November. Messenbrink versus Aogi at Worlds. U23 Worlds. U23 Worlds. Gomez versus Kaipanov, unreal match. And PJ Duke versus Yanni, match 2 at Final X. So, guys,
Oh, man.
why are these matches our nominees? Let's have a little fun reminiscing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mendez versus Hardy, I think the history there made that one really fun. And the fact that, Brock came out, jumped out to a lead. Mendez had to be the dog he is every single time, it seems. And really Mendez, that run, he had that late escape against Bo Bartlett. It looked like he was about to lose in that semi. And then they have a great NCAA final, Mendez and Hardy. That was a great one. Gaitan versus Kennedy, it was the best match of the best duel. And it was it's funny. Those two are just destined to have crazy matches, it seems, because they had a crazy one 2 years ago. And you're like, okay, Kennedy's going to control it. And all these scrambles and exchanges and just a ton of action. And that's, we love action. We love, a lot of points going on the board. That's what stood out about that one. To see Mitchell beat a reigning senior world champion, get it at the very end. Mitchell was who scored first? I think Ayagi scored, and then Mitchell scored, and then Mitchell got up, and then it was 4-4 late, and Aogi was getting tired, and Mitchell kept getting him out of bounds, but grounded, which you're cooked this year, Aogi. You got to adjust, because that's how he beat.
That's right.
That's how he won Senior Worlds as well. I'm going on a tangent here. Love Aogi, but the grounding gimmick for him is done. He's got to find that next level. Okay, back to Mitchell Aogi. Then Mitchell gets this late takedown, and really the cool part about this finish was, it was like 10 seconds. Shoot, recoil, shoot. He gets in deep, backside finish, and previously in the match he had kind of hipped into him for exposure, and this time he did that same thing again, but it allowed him to clear his hips and circle around and get the two right at the very end. So that was a great one. Gomez versus Kaipanov, just a great pure wrestling match. Good comeback. Gomez looked unbeatable and unbelievable. Kaipanov runs him down at the World Championships in 2025, and then PJ Duke was a point away from being teched and ultimately would have lost the spot against Yanni. And an amazing comeback, an amazing moment, and really one of those kind of core like wrestling memories for me was PJ beating Yanni there.
Yeah, we're starting with a monster category because like, what is
Monster.
the essence of what we're even doing here? Is the matches are the most important. That's the feature that will make a dual meet, will make a world championship, will make the wrestler, will make the moment. So you're gonna, we'll probably touch on these things again as we go through the categories. I think one thing I found, if you guys check out the weekly roundup, there was no wrestling, so it was all just adding up the top stuff of 2025 as well. And I noticed that Mendez versus Hardy, we get to do NCAA clips, and we kind of highlight all the big matches and stuff every NCAAs, and that was the most watched clip from last NCAAs. And there was Wyatt had more social media interactions or whatever, but of just the clips that we put on our site, it was Hardy Mendez, and that was an awesome match. So that was definitely something that to me stood out.
All right, Christian, I will let you do the honors of
Okay.
announcing the winner.
The 2025 FRL Match of the Year, PJ Duke versus Yanni Diakomahalis, Match 2, Final X.
Yeah.
Shout out. I think, I don't know, the more we talked about it, the more we felt like this was a clear winner. Just an amazing match. A lot of things go into it. The action, the stakes, the storyline going into it, this high school senior going against a world silver medalist, a 4-time national champion. And for PJ to run this match back and from nearly getting teched to winning it the way he did was incredible. He has the huge 4 that really put the match in reach for him. So.
Yeah, I would say Yanni is obviously not done, and we haven't seen the last of him or this rivalry, but it really marked an instant point where you're like, okay, now we have a new era. We have a new, a young guy, and this is the start of a new Olympic quad, and we've seen something change in Team USA.
Yep. So shout out PJ and Yanni. It takes 2 to tango.
All you need to see is that picture of PJ when he wins, and he's like, his face is just like shock.
Match
like,
3,
I can't believe I actually just did it, and then he hits the backflip and everything. And yeah, I mean, shout out to Yanni, because obviously what enhanced that moment in that match was PJ being 18 years old, and he wasn't even graduated from high school yet at this point, but the fact that Yanni did come out so handily, took match 1 and period 1 or minute 1, I forget exactly when the tides shifted in favor of PJ, but that's what made that even better.
It's funny in this picture you can see kind of Jordan Burroughs right behind PJ, and he's doing like the same reaction, hands up in the air, just like in shock.
Yeah, and he said PJ Duke is goated. I remember he said that. That was cool. Yeah, great match.
All right, let's move on to our next category, Wrestler of the Year. Maybe this time we can kind of talk a bit about each nominee as we announce them. But first, Captain America, Wyatt Hendrickson. Obviously, had to put him in this category.
Yeah, I mean, what he did, the guy was just on an unbelievable heater last year from the entire NCAA season, culminating with beating Gable Steveson and then making the 2025 World Team. Just an unreal run from Wyatt, and definitely one of the most discussed wrestlers of 2025 for sure.
It's not often heavyweight is like appointment viewing, and he made it so. Like, you wouldn't want to miss his matches.
I think even just like everything leading up to that, where he was always a fan favorite. He was always a guy who was like, yeah, you got to watch this guy. He's awesome. He might not be the best, but he is like electric. And then he he's in the Air Force, moves to Oklahoma State, and then he becomes the best. And
right.
It's like, whoa, okay, yeah. So it's just such a unique story that, I mean, doesn't often play out like it did.
Storybook.
Yeah.
And it added to the Magic Man's lore too. It's like his first year at Oklahoma State, David Taylor's first year, and then him and Meaty win titles, and it's like, all right, let's get this. It's going. That train's moving left
Nominee
station.
number 2, Zahid Valencia. This guy took out Kyle Dake to make this world team, and then went on to dominate at the World Championships.
I mean, he out-Daked Dake. You know, I remember Dake blanked the world in 2019, and then Zahid, what was it, 49-0? What was the final?
Something like that.
Something like that. Crazy level of dominance.
It was 4 techs and then like a 7-0 against Gasipur, and one of them was a 12-0 in the final. So
Yeah.
I think 49.
49-0. So that kind of speaks for itself at an Olympic weight.
And he's known for his offense, high volume shooter, but his defense was equally insane. Like, people would get to his legs and then he would Houdini out of it. It was an awesome experience watching that.
Nominee number 3, Helen Morales. She just continues to do the dang thing. Won her 5th world or Olympic gold medal in Zagreb this year.
And you know how she did it with a buzzer-beating takedown for the title. And I think she said it in her post-match. She's like, oh, that's like one way I haven't really won. I've never really had to go and get it late like that. And she just continues to write new spectacular chapters and further cement herself as the GOAT for USA Wrestling. And just, you know, the level of skill and the variety and she was pinning everyone in the beginning, and then she has to go get it late to win the final against a really tough opponent. Just awesome to see, and another great year for Helen.
Yeah. It's like, haven't we seen all the versions of Helen? Haven't we seen her do everything? And no, she's still finding new things to do after already being the first American woman to do all the things that she's done. Those pins in the first part, the first 3 matches, it was just foot sweep right to your back and lights out, all 3 in a row.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Next nominee, Carter Starachi. He becomes, just a 5-time NCAA champion as well.
Yeah, he goes up a weight class. He beats the reigning 184-pound, an undefeated NCAA champion in Parker Kekais, and he beats him twice at the All-Star and in the NCAA finals. Does what no one's ever done, win 5 NCAA titles. And, that's historic. 4 is historic. 5 is maybe never to be replicated again.
Yeah, 5 natty daddies says it all.
Yep.
Next nominee, Jax Forrest. We were talking about him earlier. Won maybe the greatest PIAA state final in history. Goes on to make the senior world team. Wrestles for a medal and has become the talk of the town recently as well, with now moving down to Stillwater.
Yeah, just been a central figure for wrestling the last year. Wins at Who's Number 1 and as you mentioned, PIAAs, but U23 title, beating Vitor Rujao, the reigning world champion, 2 times in a row at Fargo. Got delayed, didn't do it at Final X, and it just seems like once a month he's doing something spectacular and unique, and definitely a deserving nominee.
Crazy that
I feel
he's
like
a high schooler, but there were other high schoolers that you have to think about every year now.
It used to be maybe not strictly on merit, but in terms of just name recognition, popularity, it was just Bo Bassett from Bishop McCord. Now it is very much Bo and Jax. When people think about Bishop McCord, like he has entered his name into that realm of popularity as well.
Certainly.
Next up, everyone's favorite wrestler, but mostly Christian Pyle's favorite wrestler, Amir Zare.
I am a big man. I wrote his name in here. We've turned a new leaf, Amir and I.
You and Amir.
No, he is very deserving. He is a guy that it's hard to cement yourself as kind of an unbeatable force in wrestling, and even though he lost at the Olympics again, what he did in 2025.
That was 2024.
That was this is just this year. But
You can't use that in the court of law.
I think that puts it in perspective, though. It's this guy lost in 2024, and we're like, is this guy going to lose in the next quad? Like, who is even within 5 points of this guy? Who can keep it close with him? And maybe it's Masumi, and now he's out of the mix. he's right up there. You know, I almost put in Amazad as well, just because what he did in that world final against the Olympic champion, like, he's another one.
And look at Zara. He's saluting you here for
Yes.
admitting,
You know what? I'm going to salute right back.
There you go. Two troops supporting each other.
Good title, Cowboy.
The two things about Zare that stick out to me is, one, you mentioned Masumi. When you make a guy like that who's that good transfer out, who's that good and young, it's like, all right, you've established yourself. And Hassan Yazdani, I guess he's coming back at 97, and he was the guy for a whole generation of guys. But who was the leader of that Iranian team? We saw it in Croatia. Who was leading their practice? Who was the guy that kind of was the top dog of the Iranian team? With a lot of top dogs in there. You mentioned Amuzad among others, but it's Zare now.
Yeah, if Kale ran Team Iran, Masumi would not have transferred out.
That's
He'd have talked to him.
Maybe they need to. They got to hire Kale away then.
Yeah, they have to consider that.
And your winner of the 2025 Wrestler of the Year, Zahid Valencia.
Z.
It had to be.
Tough to clap.
He won the best Final X, or maybe the most anticipated Final X series. He kept freaking Kyle Dake off of this team, and then 49-0 at the World Championships.
Yep. Undeniable.
Tough to. It feels like a breakout, but then you're like, wait, he's a two-time NCAA champ. He's a world bronze medalist before, but this was really like Zahid's year.
Yep.
All right. Next up, our moment of the year. First nominee, Wyatt Hendrickson over Gable Steveson. Obviously, this one had to be on it.
Yeah, the upset of upsets. Wrestling's probably most viral moment last year, other than JD's butt bomb that he found in Fargo.
He didn't find it.
Literally, data-wise, is more viral.
Yeah, honestly, that should have been the moment of the year. No, just kidding. So yeah, that was huge. Look at, freaking Elon Musk and Trump there in the salute. It was insane.
Just hanging out.
What a crazy thing. It was like, it was one of those moments where, like, is this really happening? Did this just happen?
Highest rated NCAA since David Taylor, Kyle Dake.
Yep.
According to Nielsen.
Next up, we mentioned it before, but Carter Starachi wins his 5th NCAA title. You said it, Christian. Might never be done again.
Yep. Absolutely.
Crazy moment.
Next, Valencia over Ishiguro / Gassimpor. This just it kind of speaks to why we gave Zahid Valencia the Wrestler of the Year.
He's got 2 moments in Moment of the Year.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, great. Yeah, that the Gassimpor performance was incredible, and that's the one that really stood out to me. Ishiguro was a guy, I know he had teched. He's super good, but I don't know. To me, it was the Gassimpor moment that was like, okay, wow, this is...
Because we've seen Gassimpor be right up there with Sadulayev. We've seen him with Jaden Cox. We've seen him with Kyle Snyder, and now Zahid blanked them.
Yes.
Next up, this was kind of 13 moments in one, but it's one particular session. Nebraska going 12-1 in session 3 at NCAAs. Just an unreal round for the Huskers.
Crazy heater by the Huskers, from Ridge and Brock and Antrell all punching through, whereas with, Ridge, this is where he lost last year. For Antrell, he's an underdog. No one's picking this guy to make the finals. And then what they do on the backside, so many round of 12 wins, and then they were winning the round after the round. Just a crazy... That was that was a crazy moment. Yeah.
It's like when Steph Curry gets hot.
Yes.
It's like when Steph Curry gets hot, he just can't miss. That's what it felt like for Nebraska that round.
Yeah.
Next up, a sneaky late nominee, Iowa State winning the Cy-Hawk duel. Late November this year, the streak snapped after 20-whatever years. Iowa State finally beats Iowa. Hans Tom Brands, his first loss ever in a duel to Iowa State.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Accepting the award on behalf of Iowa State is Sion Williams.
Look at this, bro. We went to when we had Jordan Burroughs in town last week. We went to Kozak was there. We went, of course. Oh yeah, I forgot this part. First off, Sion was supposed to come, and he did. He went. There's a restaurant. It's called Eddie V's. It's like 2 blocks from HQ here. Okay. He went to the one way up north that's like 20 miles away for some inexplicable reason. We all went to the right one except for him. And then he called me. He's like, I went to the wrong one. And so then he rolls up basically dressed exactly like this in his full Iowa State garb for dinner with Jordan.
If he had his personal assistant, Lookie, she would have said, hey, you're going to the wrong one.
Oh yeah. Is this what?
Assistant.
I wonder if that's why he got the Lookie. Yeah. The thing would go, hey, why are you driving to this one that's 30 minutes away from the one where everyone would obviously go to? He didn't think that one through. But he thinks pretty much everything else through. But yeah, crazy moment. Iowa State beating Iowa. Huge.
At home, too. Great environment.
A couple other quick.
Go, JD.
A couple other just quick honorable mentions as well. Kasak holding Ja'Cory Teamer in the air in the duel with his fist raised up. That was sick.
Crazy.
Haynes beating Usmanov. I never would have guessed that would have happened. Levi Haynes really emerging himself as a guy on the senior level, not just college, though.
Yeah, that was
that win.
For sure. That felt like I think when he made the team, we were like, okay, we feel like he's a contender. I think Kozak was probably the highest on Levi going in. Just felt like his pace would be a problem. And then even in that tournament, you're like, okay, he does look good, but Usmanov, man, Usmanov is so freaking good. And then how he had to break him and how tired he got that guy. And even he had to deal with all the games that Russia plays when they're feeling tired. They threw the book at him, and he still found a way to beat Usmanov. That was freaking amazing. And then from that point on, it's been like, wait, this is a totally different Levi Haynes, or he's looked at differently. He may have been the same guy before those matches, but since that point on, he's looked absolutely incredible. So, yeah, good one.
And then last honorable mention, Kyle Snyder defeating Azarpira of Iran at the 2025 World Championships. Obviously, everything Kyle Snyder went through this summer with his legal troubles just made this title, and really nobody was even probably picking him to win this bracket based on just what he's done, how he's competed at the past couple World Championships and Olympics, go through his troubles, and then come back and get this title.
Yeah, this bracket, we have Azarpir in there, but you can't forget it had Tazudinov in this bracket. We saw in 23 he got smoked by Tazudinov, got bronze. Kind of Sadulayev forfeited out of that tournament, so he was kind of like a fortunate bronze. Then he goes to the Olympics the next year, doesn't place, and you're like, uh-oh, is this trending down? And then he goes through what he goes through, and you're like, oh, this cannot help. And then he finds his groove, wrestles a great tournament, wins another title, and kind of continues to put together one of the greatest careers in USA Wrestling history. That's far from done.
Yeah. Last year being the only time at the Olympics that he didn't medal at a World or Olympics, and you're like you said, you start thinking, okay, everyone's career has to come to an end at some point, and then comes back out and wins with Tazudinov, who still looked like Tazudinov was in that field. I mean, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Now maybe you think a little bit different, but
I'd think about him completely different.
But yeah,
and
it was fun for Snyder.
Your 2025 moment of the year, maybe the most obvious of all of these, it's Wyatt Hendrickson beating Gable Steveson. Had to be this. That will go down as one of my most memorable wrestling memories, I think, of all time. Even if I live for the next however many years, that's going to be one where I'm like, I will never forget that moment. Either that or when Ramos pinned Spencer Lee is the loudest I've ever heard an arena.
That was I don't think there's anything on the level for me of Wyatt beating Gable.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing was just like at the end, everyone just like walking around and just to be like, "Did you see that?" and just talking about it, and then go to someone else. Yeah, it was pretty
I didn't
magical.
get to be in the arena, but I got the next best thing, which was having a watch party with Mark Bader present.
Oh yeah.
When something crazy happens. So I didn't get the feeling of 20,000 people and then everybody out in the streets talking about it. But I got Bader basically beating me and Bray up over it. Just by sheer excitement.
The Oklahoma coaching staff's faces. That's just like everybody.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
And then it was the way they swarmed him on the mat, the way he just
jumped on him,
Wyatt just
dogpiled.
fell back, and they just dogpiled, and the referees were like, "Yep, like we're gonna allow this." It's like, holy cow! Like that's why you watch sports.
Yes.
It is for moments like this. I have never had a sports moment that has affected me like that. Where then the next day, like I rewatched the event multiple times. I'm watching all the clips. It's like all I did for hours the next day was just watch those clips. Like it's crazy. I still can't believe that happened.
Absolutely. Cool. Oh my
All right.
gosh.
Our next category is comeback of the year. Our first nominee is Trent Hidley beating Godsey Megan Maidov of Russia at the 2025 World Championships. Final score was 13-10. I believe it was 9-0 at one point.
Yeah, 8
and
or
then
9.
Trent just broke this dude.
Well, yeah, that was. I mean, well, where you put this one is it comeback of the. I mean, to me, this could have won match of the year. It could be comeback of the year. It was an iconic moment. I mean, USA versus Russia. We love it. This guy's just playing this counter game. It's everything we're not. We're going after it. We're running our head through a brick wall. We're making some mistakes, and Trent just kept going and going and going. And then he never lost hope. He never lost, his persistence. And, for a guy like Trent, who just the personification for a while of the bridesmaid, to have this moment, not just making the team, but then now you're a world champion. You beat a Russian. It was not every year you get like core wrestling memories, but this was like another one for me. Like Trent and how he won, and being there obviously informed it, and just how, I was like right in the middle, like Russians were around and it's just a really intense atmosphere.
Yeah, I remember, Trent following his career from high school when it was like, and then even through college, there was always somebody kind of in his way. And I remember when his brother Hayden was like, all right, my goal now is just to get Trent to the top of the podium. And he kept coming up just a little bit short, not making the top of the podium. And then to see him do it this way, the way you described it, the way we all got to watch it, doesn't get much better than that. I couldn't be more thrilled for a guy like Trent to win a gold.
And for an upset, I was convinced Trent was done. Like, there was one challenge where I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, that's it. Like, Trent lost. Like, it's gonna be
you and me were
attack.
kind of pacing back and forth, going, this is tough.
And it was one of those matches where you felt like Trent was the better guy. You felt like, okay, if he could just start this match again, he's gonna win this match. And challenge went his way, and the way that he won was just so storybook. Not the way he would have probably chose to, but at the end he said, "It's like this is kind of personifies
so
me. Yeah, this is my my wrestling match, my style, and it was so cool."
Our second nominee is Jax Forrest beating Vito Rushao in match 1 of their Final X series. This was the one. It's not quite on paper as big of a comeback as Trent Hidley's over Gatsy Megamedov, but it was the last second takedown for Jax. I think there were or maybe 5 seconds left, whatever it was, when he did it to secure this lead and steal match 1.
Yeah, great performance there. Great comeback.
Part of that new wave.
Nominee number 3, National Duels. making a comeback.
Crazy comeback. I mean, it changed NCAA wrestling, that's for sure. And yeah, we're thankful it's back. It was an awesome event, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, it's rare that an event, I mean, we're talking about all the holiday tournaments and who's up and who's down. It's rare that an event in year one is so solid and such a game changer, and the execution of it and the product that it produced is that good from day one. It's very rare. So
Next nominee for comeback. Next nominee for comeback of the year is Cherman Valiev defeating Zaurbek Sidikov at the 2025 World Championships. This was a semifinal. Valiev won it 6-4. Crazy ending.
He's Sidikov. You know, he was down.
Yes.
It's like, all right, he's going to lose this match. And then you started to see, Sidikov's not wrestling great. And Valiev just went after him, got to legs, got finishes, and ultimately did what we've seen Sidikov do to us. And we saw him do it frickin' to us his next match, unfortunately, against David Carr.
Valiev was down 4-0 with like 30 seconds left and got 2 takedowns.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Our next
Albania, stand up.
comeback of the year, Zaire Guev. This man, you know, he's an Olympic champion, and I will say, my pick probably going into the World Championships, I believe, Kozak's as well, but still, to not even medal at a World or Olympics since 2021, and then come back in 2025 and win this weight, up a weight at 61 kilograms, pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was my big thing that I kept talking about when you guys kept talking about him as your pick and the favorite. I'm like, this guy hasn't done it since 2021. Like, it's over. He's at the wrong weight, and
His head's too big. His body's too little.
his head is too big.
To support his disproportionately puny body.
Yeah, no. So he, that was a great comeback.
The way he won Worlds, too, it was like,
He looked awesome.
He's the best guy. There's kind of no question.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
no controversy in that win.
Made me want to see him wrestle Ono again.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Make it so.
Which after that match, I was like, I never want to see that again because it was so ugly.
Yeah.
And our last nominee for comeback of the year is our dear friend, our former co-host, Ben Askren. I mean, what can he even say? He was knocking on death's door multiple times, and now is doing much better, healthy, somehow coaching wrestling, and man, just no one's a fighter like Ben.
Yeah, crazy to, from where he was in May, and really, you want to talk about knocking on death's door. That's accurate, and multiple times, and it was bad and scary and horrible, and just to see where he's at now, I don't think we thought in December, like, man, would he be going to, he's going to RAF, he's going to all these tournaments, he's living a normal life, not what it was, but it's absolutely incredible.
And even to see what he's done through it, and to see kind of who he is, where his mission or goal in this stage of his life has been coaching, helping other people, and then he goes through something, and he's even looking at it from the lens of like, okay, how can I use my story to also inspire like other people? Is I think just really shows who Ben Askren is and his character.
Yeah, and go ahead, Spain.
Well, he's a force of good, and it's great that he's back. So I think we can pick this winner.
Yeah, and without a doubt, the winner of the 2025 Comeback of the Year, Ben Funky Askren. Shout out Ben, the man.
Shout out Ben.
Yeah,
All right, next category, Surprise of the Year.
Ooh,
This is what shocked us this year. There was a lot. We've already touched on some. So,
Shocked our
but
eyelids.
stuff that didn't make it in, what we've already talked about, the surprises. Real Woods taking bronze at the World Freaking Championships. He really did that.
That was a surprise. The whole spring was a surprise, I felt. He looked I thought he looked great at the Open. I thought he could make the team after, but this is our worst weight. We perform worse at this weight than any other weight out of all the 10. This is our worst one. We've medaled once since 2006 at this weight class. The idea that a rookie is going to come in and medal at a weight that Zane Rutherford couldn't and Yanni didn't on occasion, it just didn't seem like it was going to happen. And Real showed up and he freaking did it.
Yeah, one of the most difficult weights worldwide, and that was a fun one. His celebration at the end was one of the more fun World Championship celebrations after getting that bronze.
Yeah, that was great.
The next surprise of the year is Bo Bassett committing to Virginia Tech. And the context obviously there is he was committed to Iowa. So beginning of the year, uncommitted. Then commits to Iowa in late January, early February, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. And then, boom, flips to Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I think the entire saga was rife with surprises because it didn't seem like the announcement was coming right away. And then it's like, boom, hey, ready to announce, let's do it, going to Iowa. And then the surprising decommitment post, which caught, a lot of people very off guard. And then, kind of a re-recruitment. And you kind of think, all right, well, he's going to go to Penn State or Oklahoma State or one of these other blue bloods. And he doesn't. He goes to Virginia Tech, which is like maybe just on the outside of that blue blood status, but certainly not there at the level of Penn State, Oklahoma State, Iowa, et cetera. And, the momentum that's created at Virginia Tech and everything is definitely a huge, huge surprising moment for wrestling.
The decommitment was one of the few times that I was literally stunned. I think I was in the office, but your jaw's on the floor.
Yeah.
And then good for Virginia Tech and looking forward to the next chapter of Bo's career.
And our next biggest surprise of the year goes to Antrell Taylor for winning the 2025 157-pound national title. Good wrestler throughout the entire year. Nobody outside of the state of Nebraska, I think, was picking him to win this bracket.
Absolutely not. And, had a tough path, had to go through Meyer Shapiro, someone who had beaten him in freestyle. The Tyler Kasak aspect made it. Now, he didn't wrestle Tyler, but the way Tyler had beaten him made it so you basically couldn't pick Antrell to win the tournament just because those matches weren't close. And he showed up and wrestled incredible that day. And I think Vince Robinson honestly could be in here as well. I think those two had similar surprising runs. But we'll get to Vince maybe later. But yeah, this was probably the, other than Wyatt, the surprise of the year.
I think the difference with Vince is he was in a weight where it was like, there's so much chaos in here, kind of anybody can win. But you said it with Kasak, the way that he beat Antrell Taylor, it was like, okay, Kasak's the favorite, and it would be pretty shocking if anybody else won it. And the way he did it and it added to the Nebraska magic that they were,
They're the storylines that you want at an NCAA's. It's stuff like that. The dominance, a guy coming out there and wiping the floor with everyone, that's awesome too. But these unpredictable things, you need a little unpredictability.
Yeah, love it.
Christian, do you care to announce the winner?
Oh, did we do them all?
We got one more, nominee, my man.
There's another nominee.
Consult the paper.
Not on my sheet.
Yeah. Ono committing to Penn State.
Well, that's in a different category.
Oh. Okay.
No, it's in surprises.
Still surprising.
Still surprising. But it's not a nominee. All right. JD changed these 5 minutes before the show started, so I don't know. I may be operating off of old information here.
Old news?
Okay, but anyways, the surprise of the year goes to the Bo Bassett recruiting saga. Iowa, decommit, Virginia Tech. Biggest surprising sequence we saw all year long. And the build-up to it, too, right? It started with 300 teams on a graphic, and it gets pared down, and it was great. And then for it to all get changed when it felt like this was the recruit. And it's not just that Bo decommitted to Iowa. It's like this was so important to Iowa. It felt like such a needed win for them to get someone like Bo.
I mean, we were looking so far down the line of, okay, what's the Bo era of Iowa look like? What's all these things? You're thinking 4 or 5 years down the line, and then that narrative's gone, and now there's a new one to be written.
Listen, I watched a video of Bo Bassett when he was like 10 years old making goals to say he's going to go to Iowa.
You saw that in his notebook.
I saw it, and it was like he's going to be there. And then for him to decommit and then to go to Virginia Tech was one of the most shocking and surprising moments that I can remember for me in the sport, period.
Yeah. Went to the greatest state in the union, and that's, probably we shouldn't be so
Now in the
surprised to see
union.
Virginia on top. Yeah. Long-standing member. The only reason we have a country is the state of Virginia. The most presidents. No one loves freedom like Virginia.
Most wrestling media members.
The most wrestling.
That's debatable.
That is kind of a weird. That is kind of a weird thing. That's true.
Okay, next category, breakout wrestler of the year. First up, PJ Duke. We mentioned him. We mentioned his Final X series with Yanni. He was a highly touted recruit, but let's be honest, making the senior world team takes you to another level.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good and even elite high school wrestlers. There's some every single year. The jump that he made, and listen, this is not a guy like Jax who you saw wrestling every single month and it's kind of like on your radar. We hadn't seen PJ like that. And then he goes, he does U20s and he looks really good. And it's like, but okay, he's beating Melvin Miller and Landon Rabidou, and he's beating his age group, right? You still don't know he's that guy, right? Everyone is saying it that he's that guy, right? But normally you see them at these tournaments beforehand, and then he goes to the World Team Trials and he beats, I think, 3 NCAA champions. And then he does what he does to Yanni. So I think he is a great candidate for breakout wrestler of the year.
Yeah, he turned heads. He turned my head. Guys are good. Guys are on your radar, but there's new levels that they get to, or maybe, they believe that they've been there the whole time. Of course, they got people on their side, but still surprised.
Next up for breakout wrestler of the year, Chong Sung Han, North Korea. This man, one of my worst takes of the year was Spencer Lee, lock for this 57 kg world title. And the Chong Song himself stopped me.
Yeah. Let me see that Chong.
I think I'll sing it again.
Great tournament. I mean, North Korea was kind of the story of the World Championships, but Chong Song, high-flying style, definitely, North Koreans are most likely to break out because they're so rarely seen. They don't compete a lot.
They don't let them break out.
They don't let them break out.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to break out.
The only way they're out is when they break out.
That's true. So he's not fully broken out, but he broke out in the wrestling sense.
Well, and you could tell they just practice these go for broke headlock and throws and all this
love
stuff.
it.
And so it's like, okay, what move do you hit now? Like, I'm just going to keep spamming headlocks. This is how we go. I'm going to go body lock and throw and go for broke.
Yeah, it's just like they have really good defense. They're hard to score. It's kind of funny because if you think of a defensive wrestler, it's like, okay, you're just going to hold position. But they meld good position with just crazy attacks for
And when
force.
it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And he hits it.
It was awesome.
Good for Han.
Parlaying off that is our third nominee, which is the entire North Korean women's team. I don't think anybody saw this coming. Two
new
golds,
contenders emerged.
Two golds, 2 silvers, and a bronze to take second place in the team race for the women right behind Japan.
We had all those hugs. What was that one girl that just kept
yeah.
hugging?
Couldn't stop hugging everybody that
Yeah.
was near the mat. They had the best warm-up routine, too. They had choreographed dance moves to like a North Korean pop song that no one's ever heard of, but they were playing it on their little stereo.
Whoever
in the
goes to
warm-up room.
Bahrain needs to get that footage.
Just to follow them. Make sure you're there when they're warming up. Because it was like drill, 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 and then just like on the drop of a hat, like boom, they all got into formation and just started doing these awesome, like perfectly choreographed moves. It was so precise.
Okay.
And the song was a banger, too.
It probably
Fourth
pledged allegiance to the
nominee.
Supreme Leader, though. So
If you translate the lyrics,
This may not age well.
yeah, I'm like, I've just committed light treason because I hum along to it.
it's kind of catchy.
Yeah.
Sorry, JD.
You're good. Our next nominee for Breakout Wrestler of the Year is Masoma Indine, going from Wartburg to the University of Iowa, where he is now a top 5 wrestler in Division 1.
Yeah, I don't think anything else needs to be said. That's an incredible breakout story for Masoma.
And a breakout for the Division 3 in general. It's a win for the entire division.
Our next nominee for Breakout Wrestler of the Year is Georgios Kougimagimaidis. I think I said that wrong, but
Oh,
you know who I'm
perfect.
talking
No,
about.
nailed
It's
it.
Kugi.
Perfect.
100%.
Kugia Mitsidis of Greece. Yeah, he went from this guy's a tough out to, man, he's obviously one of the best in the world, 179 kilograms, and I feel like he's someone who 2028, if he can find his way into the right weight class, he's a threat for an Olympic medal as well.
Yeah, and not a transplant. He
True Greek.
grew up in Greece. He does train. He's trained with some Dagestan guys before the Worlds. He said he trained with some Georgian guys and went to Georgia to train with his coaches. But, yeah, he's the pride of Greece right now.
Next up for Breakout Wrestler of the Year, Vincent Robinson. You mentioned him earlier. Christian, sure. Vincent Robinson, highly touted recruit, was good all year, but you win a national title, your name immediately gets elevated. And now, that's why he is continuing to get mentioned, in every time you talk about 125 and who's going to win it this year, you have to say Vincent Robinson.
Well, I think the reason he fits this category best is because Vincent, he was a good recruit, but find me the big tournament he had won in high school, right? The idea that he was going to come in as a freshman and win a national title NCAA when he was not winning the big national tournaments. He was placing kind of everywhere. But, talking with Bray, who knew all this stuff in depth, it was like that was kind of the story on Vince. Like, he would place everywhere, but he couldn't win those big tournaments. So the idea of someone like that winning nationals as a first year is like makes him kind of a great candidate for Breakout Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah. I would pick him to hit an awesome hellacious wrist snap, but I don't know if I certainly didn't pick him to win NCAA.
Right.
Our next and final nominee for Breakout Wrestler of the Year is Kota Takahashi. He won 74 kilograms this year. Anybody who wins 74 kilograms is obviously really good, but I mean, this guy, it was like, a little bit, right? Like, had never medaled at a senior world championship before, was U23 world champion, but just kind of added a little bit of fuel to the Japan's really good at wrestling fire.
Yeah, he beat Mitchell at U23s is how we kind of first became aware of him. But, you say a field with – you saw how his match with Carr went at the ranking series event, and then, you factor in Valiev and Sidikov are in this weight. You don't think he's probably going to win. And, he does. He's really good.
Also made a lot of fans with the way he won, just like the joy for wrestling and the celebration of it. And a lot of Japan, the whole team kind of does that and makes fans that way, but he was certainly tops among them.
Is that it? All right, that was our final nomination. Okay, so the winner for the Breakout Wrestler of 2025, Chong Song Han of North Korea. Maybe our first award we've ever given to a North Korean, but we.
And here he is to accept it in person.
Oh, yeah. That would have been crazy.
The real breakout.
Yeah.
That'd have been the ultimate surprise of FRL.
Also, good news.
Here's the thing about Well, I was gonna say, here's the thing about this. He could be our "Where the heck is this Wrestler of the Year" award this year, or forever again. We might never see him again.
Yep.
That's why you can cherish it now.
Hope he's doing well. But good news for you, Spay.
Yeah.
You didn't commit high treason.
No.
I looked up the lyrics to the North Korean anthem. It is very Korea-centric, but nothing.
Well, they were.
He's not talking about that. He's talking about like the dance music.
It was like a pop song.
You don't know. You don't know the words of that song.
I don't know the dance
North
song.
Korean. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Also, I did try to get an interview with one of the North Koreans, and it got someone there, but it was through a translator, and it was one of the women's wrestlers, and they basically had like one-word answers for would not engage even through the translator.
Yeah, I just looked up North Korean pop songs, and "Friendly Father" is the first.
Friendly,
that can't be good.
They're not talking about you, are they, John?
No,
unlikely.
Friendly Father. North Korea releases new song praising leader Kim Jong-un.
Oh, the leader.
Greg.
So I may have accidentally.
Can we go over today? Okay, good, because we are dragging. This could be a long show.
There it is. This is probably the song.
All right.
This is probably the song.
Yeah. No big deal. Spay, you just praised, one of the last dictators left on this planet. Who's enslaved millions, but no big deal.
But the tune
Our
was a
next category.
pop, so in my defense.
Bops are bops.
I was gonna say, that's a fair defense. Our next category is Rivalry of the Year. Our first nominee is Mitchell Messenbrink versus David Carr. This one spanned folk style and freestyle.
Yeah, they wrestled an NCAA tournament in 2024, and then renewed that rivalry. For me, the rivalry's got to go back and forth, right? And it certainly did here.
And that's David Carr coming off a Keegan O'Toole rivalry. So he's just picking up rivalries left and right.
Well, and even just like the way it transpired this year, like, all right, Messenbrink texts him, like, maybe he's got Carr's number, maybe he's kind of a little bit beyond him, but then Carr, the way he responds, it made it one to where it's like, okay, I want to watch this again next year.
And we can't wait for next year. Mm-hmm. Exactly right.
I was going to say, it was also, obviously, David Carr can't be breakout wrestler of the year, but this year was kind of the emergence of David Carr's a threat on the senior level to medal at a really deep weight of 74 kilograms.
He was right there to win. I mean, I think we are a few micro decisions away from David Carr being the world champion and for sure the breakout wrestler of the year, maybe the wrestler of the year. If he goes and wins that bracket, I mean, he was right there to do it against Valiev.
74,
Sidikov.
The weight of weights.
Dang it. Getting mad. Not at David. Not at you, David.
Nominee for Rivalry of the Year is Bishop McCourt versus Faith Christian for the title of Best High School in the country at wrestling.
Yeah, it's cool because they're both Pennsylvania. They wrestle against each other in a lot of different tournaments. Was back and forth last year, and it's continued into this year. Though with Jax gone, it feels like Faith Christian in a better position to win it this year. But yeah, that's always fun. It's not too often you have these like intense high school rivalries that are for like the best in the country. But we did last year and throughout part of this year, and that's been fun.
Yeah.
This one wasn't on the list, but I'm tossing it on. I'm saying next up, Iowa State, Iowa, because Christian, you said it yourself. You think a rivalry has to go back and forth. Well, now this one is going back and forth, and I mean, how can you not give a shout out to that duel?
True. I totally agree with that.
Right now, Cyclone's on a winning streak.
Yeah. True.
Undefeated in this rivalry in the past 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And our final nominee for Rivalry of the Year goes to John Kozak versus Haters and Doubters.
Wow. Was this a rivalry, actually, Kozak? Would you describe this as a rivalry?
Yeah, if you don't take any L's, how can it be a rivalry?
That's true. I mean, every week the rankings are perfect, and when we publish them.
True.
So we haven't taken an L, but I get in the trenches a lot.
Look at that award-winning graphic.
Yeah, I'm in there fighting the good fight, and
that perfect little angel being torn apart by haters and doubters.
Yeah. But you look
could
unharmed
also-
and unbothered.
that's true.
Another verbal meme is the soldier standing with his arms out, taking all the bullets, and that's Kozak for me, because Kozak's in the trenches on Twitter, where I'm not, just fighting with people all day, every day. Like we had a company-wide meeting the other day, and I remember talking to Kozak. I don't remember if it was at lunch or partway through the day. I'm like, yeah, it's going a little slow. Kozak's like, oh, I've just been arguing with people on Twitter all day. It's really made it go by fast.
It did. It was great. It was
Next thing you know, you just spent like 4 hours crafting responses in Twitter threads.
But I love, I actually do enjoy the dialogue that it creates, because it kind of helps my process, and like it helps me to think like, okay, why do I have this person ranked there? And it helps me process it in a way that I can articulate and explain better. And so all the
Kozak's big pinnacle guy, loves to fight.
Yeah.
All the haters and doubters are just making me better.
Listen, PhDs don't defend their theses with more rigor than you have to defend your rankings every week. Like, you are under the microscope.
Oh, that's true. They're just handing out the...
You just write a paper, and then you go up there in front of a friendly board of review, and then they give you your degree.
Yeah.
Kozak has many doctorates in the field of rankings.
That's true. Okay. The winner for the 2025 Rivalry of the Year, David Carr versus Mitchell Messenbrink.
Kozak was robbed.
Yeah. Kozak was robbed. But here we go.
Well, like
nice
we
picture.
said,
Congrats.
there has to be a back and forth for it to be a rivalry.
Yeah, you got to take an L.
Kozak remains undefeated.
Yeah, stop slaughtering these people.
Undefeated,
Yeah.
undisputed.
Yeah.
All right, next category.
Next category of the year is Penn State Penn Stating of the Year award.
The
Penn
Penn
just
State of the
continues.
Year.
The Penn State of the Year. They just continue to do Penn State stuff, as evidenced by our nominees. Penn State breaks the streak that they set at NCAAs last year.
Breaks the record.
Breaks the record. Sorry, breaks the
Yes.
record.
Yeah, they rebroke
Penn
the
State?
all-time scoring record.
Yeah.
Rebroke the all-time scoring record. They also broke the 70-whatever year-long streak of dual wins this year at collegiate duels. Unreal.
Yes.
They got 10 AAs last year at the NCAA championships, which had only been done by one team previously. Felt like that was kind of the one thing that had eluded them throughout Cale's run, that another team could hold over them. It was like, yeah, but you'll never get 10 AAs. Well, check that box, because they did that too. They put 7 on this year's U23 team. U23 world team. Like, what? 70% of this year's U23 team were Nittany Lions. And really, if you want to expand that to also the junior and the senior team, they had something like 50% of all of those people, if you include NLWC. And then the last nominee for Penn State of the year, Penn Stating, oh no, committing to Penn State. You know what? They just went and plucked a world champion from Japan.
Yeah.
They plucked them.
So this is a fun one, because I think the way we decided this one, because I was on another one and I was like, actually, I think JD threw this one out there. I think this is the one that's like, it's like the Jesse Pinkman Breaking Bad. Like, they can't keep getting away with this. Like, what is the moment that's like that? To me, that's why the 2025 Penn State of the Year is oh no to Penn State. It feels like it's one of the things that makes them feel undeniable. And just like, how do you run this team down when they're not just plucking from the best in the country? They're just grabbing the pound-for-pound number one guy in the world.
They're international pluckers.
Yes.
Live on FRL, I might add.
Yeah, that happened on this show.
The one that I think is the best for everybody is putting all those guys on the senior team, because it's like, okay, now all Americans get the benefit, and we get to just like root for
That's true.
whoever makes the team, and that is bonkers. I mean, who has even done the research to figure out how many, when does a program put that many people on at Iowa at their peak, maybe Oklahoma State way back in the day? I don't know. But, oh no, I think you're right, is the point where you go, all right, throw your hands up. Like, how do you compete?
Our next award category, is Magic Man of the Year.
Who
First
could that
nominee.
be? How many noms?
Well, first nominee, Chris Angel, the Mind Freak.
Oh,
We're continuing to freak our minds, especially Connor Petros. I think we told this story the other day on FRL.
Yeah, guy's great.
His magic tricks, his illusions.
I think he has residency in Las Vegas.
Mhm.
That's huge. It's
Massive.
quite a statement. Look
Massive
at this.
man of magic.
Where's he at? Where's his residency? Can we give a quick plug to Chris?
It was at the Luxor.
Boy,
last
Chris
time I
is
saw.
shredded.
Oh, yeah, he's
That's
a
got
rock
to be.
star.
I don't think Chris still looks like that. Give me a break.
The man, that he could just magic himself some new abs
Yeah, that's true.
every time he lets himself go over the holidays.
That's true. That's pretty magical. That's gonna be tough to beat.
Our
Who
second
else are
nominee-
our Magic Men of the Year?
Second nominee, David Copperfield. Another
Oh.
great
How
illusionist.
many people? He made the entire
Magician.
Statue of Liberty disappear. How many people? How many
right.
magicians have done that?
Yeah, none magicians.
None others.
Yeah.
None magicians. All right, our third nominee and final nominee for Magic Man of the Year is the head coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys, David Taylor. Just an unreal year for David Taylor. You know, when he signs at Oklahoma State back in 2024, there's how much chatter, and then somehow exceeded expectations at the 2025 NCAA championships, and to really just keep this momentum rolling of he is going to be a force in college wrestling as a coach for the next however many years.
Yes. It feels like every month there's a big Oklahoma State storyline of some kind, and it's pretty much always a positive, right? Starting from his announcement, then he makes the world team, and he wins a medal, and then they go and they have this great year, breakout at Cliff Keen, and then they do what they do at the NCAA tournament where they get 5 guys on the podium that didn't place the year before, maybe more than that.
That's some magic.
That's magic, and then they've continued it into this year, having a really strong season, #1 recruiting class. That's why the 2025 Magic Man of the Year is David Taylor of Oklahoma State.
David Copperfield, not this year, buddy.
Yeah, maybe next
Chris
year.
Angel,
Dave.
sorry, dude.
Sorry,
And
Chris.
Mark Bader is here to sing the Magic Man.
I wonder if
To
anyone
the tune
remember
of the Piano
That's
Man.
a deep cut. That's a 20. I remember.
It's
So
a
if you
buzz
don't
cut
know,
Bader cut.
Bader sang. I don't know why we did this, but it was like I remember vividly. I was snowed in Virginia, and I was always just on like the Google Hangouts or Skype with the guys, and so Bader and I were just talking about stuff, and I don't know. He came up with the idea of like, what if we wrote a song and like performed it at this karaoke night? And he's like, we do instead of Piano Man, we could do Magic Man, write about David Taylor. And so like we wrote this song.
Yep.
And then Bader performed it and did a karaoke version of this song. I mean, it's just like we were just doing random stuff.
My favorite part about that story is Bader was trying to find it one day back when I was first started at Flow, and he's like, "Oh, we did this thing. We did this karaoke. I don't know how to find it on the site." And then it took me 2 seconds to Google Bader Magic Man karaoke, and it came up. And he's like, "How'd you do that?" I'm like, "Bader, have you ever searched for anything on our site before?"
Yeah.
But there it is. Short hair Bader.
There it is. We I don't know if we might get copyright struck if we.
No, we don't
Because
have the rights to the
I
tune.
think Bader licensed this song.
They-
Do you think Bader feels snubbed that when the Cowboys walk out or when they introduce David, they don't play this song?
They should.
I don't know. That's kind of the one thing Gallagher-Iba's missing.
Yeah, of their whole experience.
Yeah.
All the Cowboy fans now get the benefit from
Not
the
enough-
Magic Man era, but they're missing out on this.
Not enough Bader singing. Just watching him sing. Look at this edit. This is crazy. All right. That was fun. Congrats
Our
to the
next
Magic Man of the Year.
category. Our next category is the unluckiest wrestler of the year award. Our first nominee is that Iranian who lost because he ran out of bleeding time at the World Championships.
He literally overbled, and like this is one. Think about like J.O. Stieber, like they kind of changed the takedown rule after that. They changed the blood time rule after this dude bled out and had to lose, so that it'll be less likely that this happens. But this dude, could we have this man's name?
He was like
Sarabi.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sarabi of Iran.
he's a teenage like 55 kg Greco guy, right? Or was it 60? It was one of the lightweights.
Yeah, I think it was 60 maybe.
60 kilos.
But he
super young kid, got cut, and they kept wrapping him up, but it would just start bleeding. Like the ref could tell, like, okay, that's gonna bleed, and then, like as soon as we start wrestling again, and then boom, they bump into each other. 10 seconds later, back to the trainers.
72 kilograms.
Oh wow, 72.
Sayed Sarabi.
Dang. So that is a bad break.
Poor guy.
There's only
Have a
one
good
other
tournament,
nominee in this category, and it's Iowa State fans from January through March of last year. Just forced through a bunch of injuries. You know what? Extend that January through when was National Duels criteria announced. May, June, July. Iowa State fans, January through July. It's been a good past couple months for Iowa State fans, but just a rough 2025 before that for Iowa State fans.
I feel like Iowa State should get disqualified fans for that because 2025 actually wasn't super unlucky because the Cyhawk duel was in 2025. Look at Sion.
That's why I said January. I said January through July.
Oh, I didn't realize this was the half-year awards. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now that makes more sense.
It was just Iowa State. It was only fans who were fans of Iowa State from January through July.
This is a pretty squishy nominee.
All right. Well, let's see who wins.
Also, they weren't really unlucky. They wrestled terrible at NCAAs. They should have on a
It was
mediocre
pretty unlucky.
day. Paniro
they
and
wrestled bad at
Chittum
NCAAs.
and Frost and they had so many guys.
That's why I said fans.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to win this
That's why
one.
I said fans, not wrestlers.
The 2025
And it was unlucky
unluckiest.
to lose.
The category is
It was
unluckiest
unlucky to
wrestler of the year,
lose
and it's
people
Iowa
like
State
Yager
fans.
Bastida and
They're not
Casey
even wrestling.
Swiderski.
What about if there was a wrestler that like went to Vegas and just like lost a bunch of like rolls or something? You know, just like lost a bunch of money in Vegas. He's really the
He's
unlucky.
the unluckiest wrestler. No,
be
the
unlucky.
unluckiest wrestler of the year is Sarabi of Iran. Sorry, buddy.
Congrats,
Heart goes out.
Sarabi.
Heart goes out to you. He did win bronze. So
Okay.
Came back with a stapled together chin or whatever it was.
Now he's the luckiest wrestler of the year. Okay.
All right. Our
Next
next
topic.
category. Next category is our Never Too Old to Experience Something New award.
You just take this one
Because-
all the way through, JD.
You want me to take this one all the way through?
You got it.
Our first nominee in this category is yourself, Christian Piles, for becoming a cowboy boot guy so late in the game.
What do you think? Not
Somebody
bad,
was
huh?
somebody was a good boy this year. Santa came down your chimney, I take it.
it's the
Maybe a nice
Cowboy
pair of
Christian
boots for
arc.
Christmas?
Is
Cowboy
complete.
Christian is coming
This
coming
really
to
is the
fruition.
Cowboy Christian arc.
What's next? The belt buckle needs some
Well-
work, I believe.
Between you, me, and
go
this
to
fence post, I just
Stillwater
had to get
3
them.
times in 1 year.
Well, yeah, I don't know what to
Become a
tell you,
cowboy boot
JD.
guy.
They look good. No,
They look
thank
good.
you.
I'm a cowboy
I mean,
boot
the
guy.
fact that you saw them through the live stream, that shows that they're doing a lot of work here.
Gives your calf some definition there.
You know, I was jealous of your JD. You had some nice boots. And I was like, you know what? I thought about it for a while, and then this year, there's no holding back.
Go
There's
tell.
no stopping me in 2026. All right, stop.
Where'd you go to pick up those bad boys?
I got them online.
Kova's
Online?
They're-
Okay.
they're,
nice
Just-
Austin,
Justin.
Texas. Ooh, Justin. I got a pair of Justins.
Dang.
All right. And our second nominee for Never Too Old to Experience Something New award is the entire podcast of FloWrestling Radio Live, because we've done over 1,000 episodes, been around for 10 plus years, but we also had a first this year.
Oh, a bad
We
first.
ended someone's wrestling career this year.
Mm.
Unfortunately, the career of Tyler Brennan. Now, I always say this, though. We made somebody else's dreams come true that day by giving them a spot at NCAs
That's
when
true.
Tyler Brennan was denied a spot. So, you know,
That's quite the
FRL
spin zone.
taketh, it giveth, but it taketh away.
Wow. What a roundabout
no.
way to get to this story.
I like it. I like how he got there. But yeah, we sort of uncovered in front of everyone that someone should not have had an extra year of eligibility, and then these coaches accidentally.
It's also worth pointing out that like we didn't do any research or digging. Kozak just pulled up the wrestle stat.
Well,
Yeah.
we did do research and digging previously, and then we kind of nothing happened, and we're like, okay, cool, and then
But also, we birthed a blossoming MMA career. Tyler Brennan.
How's he doing?
It seems like he's doing good. I only see pictures of him flexing. So
Shout out Tyler.
yeah, seems like he won his first fight.
I think we gotta let this story die though. at
Oregon
some
State
point.
loves us. Oregon State loves us though, because we also awarded them a Pac-12 title.
Yeah.
I think the conference did all that.
Do we get a? Yeah. I wonder if they got if Pendleton got a win bonus and he doesn't like get us some chicken wings or something. That's messed up.
Just a little something to wet our beak.
Yeah, a little something. Not that that's why we do it. We don't do it for the wings, folks.
And so
just
the winner
yapping.
of the Never Too Old to Experience Something New award goes to us, FRL, because what an absurd story that can only happen, I feel like, in a sport like wrestling,
Yeah.
where somebody is able to slip through compliance and we accidentally uncover it, and it literally changes the outcome of a conference tournament.
I'm dead
So,
at our next.
My
category.
deepest,
I'm
my
butterfly
deepest
wings.
apologies and condolences to Tyler Brennan and Little Rock. I will always say I never would have said anything if I knew that was actually what was going to happen. But
Yeah.
it did, so it happened. So now I get a major award.
Congrats
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah. Congrats to us.
Well done.
We're gonna put this in our LinkedIn bio.
Yeah.
Our last category of the show goes to the chatter of the year, the
Oh.
question asker of the year, the fan of the year. We've got a lot. We got a lot of regulars. We got Avery Lynch, not a wrestler, Larry Steele, a.k.a. Ashland, Don Montano, Tyler Perry, Actual
Big
Cannibal,
Mama.
Virginia is for FRL, Slink, many more that I can't name.
Batman sucks. We haven't seen him in a
Batman
while.
sucks. Oh, the other guy that called you Pawpaw?
Creator of Pawpaw.
Yes.
Come back, Batman.
That's my champion.
We need
my
you.
champion. But
the hero we deserve.
Really, we talked it over. We couldn't decide on just one. We love all of our listeners, all of our chatters, all of our question askers. So, the chatter of the year, the chat of the year, goes to everyone who is currently
Wow.
listening.
It's like when the
Listen,
Time
so
Person
now
of
you
the
can
Year
put-
was a mirror.
Now, if you've listened to the show, you can put it in your LinkedIn, in your resume, that you won a major podcast award.
Chatter of the Year.
Yeah. So we're not doing the funniest one of all?
Which one was? Did I miss one?
Backside of the year?
Oh, backside of the year. Correct. Yes.
There's only 2 nominees.
Y'all are wrong for this.
This is not my
There's only
idea.
2 nominees.
Take it away, JD.
Backside of the year. Penn State. They went in matches contested on the backside of NCAAs, I believe 17-1. Right?
good
Braden
backside.
Davis took 5th. Everyone else took 3rd except Kirk Fleet, but his 2 were entry defaults. Just an unreal backside on the Penn State Nittany Lions. And
But
an unreal backside on our dear friend and co-host Andrew Spey.
wow, the second nominee.
I
Look
don't
at this
even
guy.
know what you're talking about.
Look at that.
That's my front side.
I know, but can you imagine?
Look, I was blessed with glutes that don't quit.
It's crazy haunch power.
And I'm not going to show them off because this is not that kind of show.
No.
But I don't see why we need to point out other people's physical differences rather than just celebrate the people who we are and the friends that
That
we
is
become.
part of who you are.
I guess so.
Yeah,
It is attached still.
it's all part of the Andrew Spey experience. Dang, so who's gonna win? Look at these
Ooh,
two.
look at this old one. This is
Golly.
old. This is
What
like JD's first year.
Look at this.
A walrus
Look at
looking
this guy.
Spay.
Bring it back,
JD's had
Spey.
the most
Looking
looks of anyone, but Spey's had quite a few.
Sometimes you just get bored and you're like, well, I've never had a big goofy mustache, so I guess I'll try that out.
All right, I don't know the winner of this
Sometimes
one,
you
so
just keep it.
you're gonna have to do this one, JD.
Look, 17-1, or even 17-3 if you want to include Kirk Fleet's losses, but maybe a sneaky nominee for upset of the year should go to Andrew Spencer Spey, because Andrew Spencer Spey is your backside
Two
of the year
perfect
winner.
haunches.
Shout out Andrew Spey. You can also add this to your LinkedIn, your resume. I don't do LinkedIn. I keep saying LinkedIn bio. I don't even know.
Because like link in bio.
Yeah, maybe that's
and
why
then
I'm saying
LinkedIn
it.
bio.
Yeah, you could put it in your LinkedIn bio.
Well, this will make up for all the pairs of shorts that I've split wide open because of I've squatted over and they've been too tight. So
Dang. Shout out Andrew Spag.
Shout out to the Gap for keeping me clothed,
Yeah. Shout out the Gap as well.
and Old Navy for having loose fit jeans.
We did not. I did like some questions. We had some good ones. There's not that many, so I think we could do them quick.
Oh, let me quickly shout out our friends at
Okay,
Athlete
shout
PS, who can also get you haunch covering clothing if you go to athleteps.com. You can also pick up some of these awesome Nike Inflict 4s because they are the most popular shoe in college wrestling. But after years in the lab, the all-new Inflict 4 is even better. They're available now, lightweight, durable, and with a match-ready feel the first time you lace them up. The best shoe in the game is now even better. And you have how many hours left, John?
16 hours left
Okay,
at the time of recording. Probably less than 14 by the time you're listening.
This is the last warning you're
Yeah.
getting from us.
Yeah, and that link is in the description. So check that out. Get some stuff from our friends at Nike. They support the show. If you support us, support our friends at athleteps.com.
Thank you. All right. It's a small but mighty number of questions that I liked.
Okay. From Adam Rush, first question. What are the biggest American freestyle storylines going into 2026?
Man, well, this, the youth movement, Blaze, Jax, 61, for me is huge.
74 not having anybody sitting out. David Carr, can he get back on the team? What are those challengers? Who's emerging in there? Who's dropping down to 74?
Do go up to 74. That he's not sitting out.
I think
To me, it's what is Spencer Lee.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Spencer Lee's potential, but is he gonna reach that potential this year, or is kind of the new Spencer Lee is just a really good international wrestler and not a guy who is going to be in the finals every year?
Yeah.
I was going to say for mine, maybe not the biggest storyline, but can USA win another team title?
Right.
I think the question going into last year was like, okay, how does the next wave do? And it's like, okay, we should expect to contend for titles every single year, and now like kind of the new standard is winning. And so I think that's the goal. That's maybe the expectation. Can USA get back on top?
Yeah, that's a huge one for me. Like, we're right there. Can we do it? I think we can. We were there to win it last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A few little things break a little differently, and we can do it.
Okay. Next question from one of our winners, the real Avery Lynch.
Yes.
Roundtable back-to-back days. How many pizza rolls could you eat before you pass out? I'll go first. 50. Great question because it's New Year's Eve. I feel like pizza rolls kind of one of the things maybe you throw in on New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
You know?
I think 50 is a good over/under. Like, can you do more than 50, or would you not make it to 50 to the Lynch level?
I'm always
50's
my eyes are bigger than my stomach type of guy.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would say I could do it, but then when I get there, it's probably less.
How many are in like a typical serving? Like 12 or
Like
something?
a 9x13 pan. I mean, how many are you fitting on there? 20?
Yeah.
So 2.5 pans?
If I'm like super light lunch,
6 rolls.
Is a
What?
serving size?
That's what this.
but that's a serving size. But
Like
each little
sushi.
bag,
Pizza roll.
but a bag will have more than one serving.
Oh,
in
yeah.
it.
200
bag,
calories
let's
for
see.
6.
6 rolls, 8. Or it's either 6 or 8 servings in a bag. So
Oh.
you got to eat the whole bag.
Eat that whole bag. I'm eating that bag.
You're eating the bag.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting
don't
to
know.
50, but I'm gonna feel terrible.
I think I'm like 30.
They're there's a lot of air inside them.
Well,
They're-
before I pass out, okay.
Totino's pizza rolls, 13 servings in a bag, 6 rolls, 210 calories.
That's 10 more.
I need to know how long I
bag.
can wait in between eating a roll too. Like, how much time do I get in between each roll?
Also, if you burn your mouth right away, those things hot on the inside.
Honestly, the
Yeah,
word, he said pass out. So, like, you have to lose consciousness. You ate so many. So, it's probably like 100.
before you, I think pass out, tap out, just call
Okay.
it quits.
I'm take him at his word.
You actually have to physically
Yeah.
black out.
Lose consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question from Bryce. Has there ever been a true freshman versus true freshman NCAA final? Duke versus Rabadou, Blaze versus Jax.
Could happen. I have no idea, honestly. I don't. I mean, Jason
This is where we
Bryant
need
would-
the chat.
Yeah, that's where we need the chat. But I don't know. I don't.
You'd have to
certainly
go back.
nothing recently.
Yeah, you like whenever they first started letting freshmen compete, start looking at that point. So
Yeah, that's
like
true.
70s.
Well,
or
some
something.
years there aren't even like freshman national champs. Like, and
Right.
so then the rarity of being a true freshman national champ. So I don't know. I'd be surprised if there was.
Maybe
but
it's never happened. I'm going to say it's never happened in NCAA Division
If
I
you were
wrestling.
Going back a little bit, I think you could, like John said, narrow it down pretty quickly by just seeing who all the freshmen are, because that's
Yeah,
rare enough
remember,
as
like-
it is.
It starts in like the 70s.
Right.
Because like before then, they freshmen.
Well, that's what I'm
couldn't.
saying. I don't know. Getting research on the 70s stuff, I'm not saying that will be easy. I'm saying, but going back to 2000 or something to the.
all right, Jason Bryan, let us know.
Let us know.
Thank you.
LMK.
All right. This is a great question from Not a Wrestler. Another award-winning chat. Was this the right call? Green still had control from top position. Ref ruled it an illegal slam and DQ'd him.
Yeah, I thought so. Pull it in a little bigger. There is some. This finish is like dangerous. I remember, I forget who did it. It was a Penn State versus Illinois duel like a long time ago. But like when you step across there, there's a lot of pressure on that right knee. But I don't think that's an illegal slam.
No.
I don't.
It's kind of like when you mat return someone or they're up on a knee and you chop their arm and pull them down. Sometimes they can't really defend themselves, but it's not a slam.
And I don't know that the returning wrestler didn't hit the mat first too. I think his head hit.
Let's see if I can pause it here.
It looks like his
Man.
butt hits and then his head bounces.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he lands first.
There's a hand that goes down here on
Yeah.
the left.
Okay.
But his head still gets bounced on the mat. It's still a.
Yeah, it's tough. This looks painful and dangerous. I think it looks dangerous. I don't know if it's illegal.
Yeah. It's kind of tough to make something like that illegal because then how do you. Every back trip you're going to start calling illegal slams? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's kind of slick otherwise.
Yeah. That's why I don't ref.
That's right.
Okay.
Same.
From Phil M. Patriot. What are the possibilities that Virginia Tech challenges Penn State in the 27-28 season with Melvin Miller, Bo Bassett, Aaron Seidel, and Vince Robinson?
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a
wait.
narrative.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't read all this one. I just kind of stopped reading halfway through.
Along with any other solid recruit starters, and how can those help another team overcome PSU dominance?
Okay, I don't think they're. I don't think they're close yet.
I mean, if you can just choose whoever you want to transfer there and somehow make it
Sure.
so,
Just
then
get Luke
yes,
Little
they
Dog,
can,
PJ Duke.
What if Phil is a time traveler and he knows that Vince Robinson's going to be at Virginia Tech?
Phil Am time traveler?
Phil M.
Yeah, I think they're
They
still.
need a little bit more.
They need more.
Yeah, they need Vince Robinson to transfer for
Yeah.
one.
From Wife Wrestling, Ben asked
My wife.
Transplant is number 1 for 25.
You're right.
Nice.
Number one.
Great Twitter name too, Wife Wrestling. All right, last question from Matt Smith. Another great question asker. We didn't highlight him before, but he's always in the queues. You all keep saying 157 is the best weight this year. What happened to the 184 gauntlet?
I mean, I still like 184. I think at the top it's got 4 really good guys, but I think 57 is just has more dangerous wrestlers. I think I would put 33 ahead of 184 as well. I like 184, but it feels like it kind of drops off after 4.
All right, you can watch one weight class for the rest of the year.
157.
Okay.
There you go. That was the last question.
Last question.
For that question though, I'm saying 133 because I want to know if Jax is wrestling
Dang it.
and
Oh.
what happens if he does.
Well, I just got wasted.
I know. I was going to say, if you change your mind, it's bullet time.
Okay, I'll have a caveat that if Jax wrestles, it's 133.
And the other caveat is bullet.
That's the other caveat. All right, well, we thank you guys. So, hey, before we go, when's the next show, JD? Is it Monday?
Monday.
We're back
year.
regular.
Next year.
Oh, last show of the year. Thank you guys so much for making 2025 a great year for
guys.
FRL. Appreciate you guys tuning in so consistently. More and more every single day, it seems. We love that. Thank you to Nike Wrestling. Thank you to Greg, our producer, who tries to sabotage us sometimes just for fun. because he wants to get mentions on here, even though I said, why don't you just wear a mic, Greg? You can talk. And he's like, no, it's not about me. It's about you. It's a whole long thing. Thank you, JD. Return home safe from Omaha, and we will see you next year.